Life has moments when everything becomes a struggle. You struggle with fear. You struggle with your past. You struggle with uncertainty about the future. Sometimes it feels like you're fighting battles that never end. But what if some struggles are not? Not to destroy you. What if some struggles are actually preparing you for a blessing? In the Bible, there is a powerful story about a man who wrestled all night long, not with an enemy, not with another human, but with God. That man was Jacob, and that night changed his life forever. Because sometimes the greatest blessings are born out of the greatest struggles. Part 1, Jacob's troubled past. Jacob's life had always been complicated. Even before he was born, the Bible says he struggled with his brother in the womb. His twin brother was Esau as they grew older. Their relationship became tense. Esau was strong, a hunter, a man of the field. Jacob was quieter, more strategic, more calculating. One day, when Esau came home hungry from the field, Jacob took advantage of the situation. He offered food in exchange for Esau's birthright. Later, Jacob went even further. With the help of his mother, he deceived his father and stole the blessing meant for Esau. When Esau discovered the deception, he became furious. So furious that Jacob had to run away for his life. For years, Jacob lived far from home. He built a family. He gained wealth. But deep inside, his past still followed him, and eventually. The day came when Jacob had to face the very person he had wronged. Esau was coming to meet him. And Jacob was terrified. Part 2, the night before the meeting. Jacob knew the next day could change everything. Would Esau forgive him? Or would Esau seek revenge? Fear filled Jacob's heart, so he sent gifts ahead of him to Esau, hoping to soften his anger. He divided his family and possessions into groups. He made careful plans. But despite all his strategies, something deeper was happening inside Jacob. This was not just about meeting his brother. This was about confronting his past. That night, Jacob sent his family across a river, and then something unusual happened. Jacob stayed behind. Alone, in the darkness. Sometimes God allows moments of isolation because something important is about to happen. Part 3, the mysterious struggle as the night deepened. A mysterious man appeared, and suddenly a wrestling match began. The two struggled with each other in the darkness. It wasn't a quick fight. It lasted for hours, through the night. Jacob refused to let go. The man realized that Jacob would not surrender, so he touched Jacob's hip. Instantly, Jacob's hip was dislocated, yet even in pain, Jacob kept holding on. Then the man said something remarkable. "Let me go. For it is daybreak." But Jacob answered with determination, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." This moment revealed something powerful. Jacob was no longer the man who manipulated people for blessings. Now he was desperate for something deeper. He wanted God's blessing. Part 4. A new name. The mysterious man asked Jacob a question. "What is your name?" Jacob answered. Honestly, Jacob. In Hebrew culture, names carried meaning. The name Jacob meant deceiver, or one who grasps the heel. For years, Jacob had lived according to that name. But the man then said something life-changing. "Your name will no longer be Jacob. Your name will be Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans, and you have overcome." This was more than a name change. It was a transformation of identity. Jacob, the deceiver, became Israel, the one who wrestled with God. Sometimes God allows struggles because he is shaping who we are becoming. Part 5, the blessing. The man blessed Jacob, but the blessing did not come without a mark. Jacob would walk with a limp for the rest of his life. Every step he took would remind him of that night. A night of struggle. A night of transformation. A night when his life changed forever. Jacob named the place Peniel, which means the face of God, because he said, "I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." The night that began with fear ended with blessing, and the man who entered the night as Jacob left the morning as Israel. Part 6, the morning after the struggle as the sun rose. Jacob walked forward, but now he walked differently. He walked with a limp, yet he also walked with something far greater. He walked with God's blessing. Soon he saw Esau approaching, for 100 men were with him. But instead of revenge, something unexpected happened. Esau ran toward Jacob. He embraced him. He forgave him. The conflict that Jacob feared ended with reconciliation. Sometimes the battles we fear most are already being handled by God. Part 7 Lessons from Jacob's Struggle. Jacob's story teaches us powerful truths. First, struggles can lead to transformation. That difficult night turned Jacob into a new man. Second, God sometimes meets us in our darkest moments. Jacob encountered God when he was alone, afraid, and uncertain. Third, blessings often come after persistence. Jacob refused to let go, and his persistence led to breakthrough. Final message: hold on until the blessing comes. Everyone faces struggles, moments when life feels like a long wrestling match, moments when you feel exhausted, moments when you want to give up. But Jacob's story reminds us of something powerful. Sometimes the struggle is not punishment. Sometimes the struggle is preparation, because God is shaping you, strengthening you, transforming you. And if you keep holding on in faith, morning will come, the struggle will end, and the blessing will appear. So when life feels like a wrestling match, don't walk away, hold on, just like Jacob did. Because sometimes the greatest blessings in life are born from the nights we refuse to give up. And when the sun rises, you may walk differently, but you will walk blessed.